All right, welcome back. Matson Field here in Moorhead, Minnesota. I want to thank Eric Tianson for helping us out on that first game and helping us out on all the games this week. And he had to take off, though, so I'll be solo on this game. His dad has a birthday today, and I said, hey, don't stay here if your dad has a birthday. Let's. So he'll be enjoying those festivities here as we bring you the two-seed championship game here on the doubleheader championship Sunday here on Magnitude Sports. The first game went to I'm trying to remember who played now. It was Coon Rapids and Sioux Falls, and Coon Rapids would win that game by the final score of 12-2. We're going to take a timeout here, and we'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back here. Warming up on the mound is Andrew Zuck for Brainerd. And then around the bases, you got Alex Hellman behind the plate catching. Will Carlson at first, Nash Sledham at second, Caden Clefman the shortstop, and then at third base here is Isaac Hansen. In the outfield in left, you have Mason Arger, and then center field there is Eli Roberts. And then on the right side of on the middle side of right field, I guess you could say, there is Matt Carlson. So that's how Brainerd will set up defensively here in this contest. And the batting lineup for Brandon Valley will look like this. Top of the order, 1, 2, and 3. Center fielder, Lake Trevere. Right fielder, Aiden Spicer. And shortstop, Joe Kolbeck. The middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6 will be first baseman Jackson Hayes, left fielder Matt Brown, and third baseman Nick Hockenstad. And then the bottom of the order will be 7, 8, and 9. Designated hitter Tyler Shalsky, second baseman Logan Kelling, and the starting pitcher will be Noah Birch. Let me double check and make sure I didn't miss somebody here. I did miss somebody. We'll figure out who I missed in just a moment here.
Stepping up to the plate to lead things off here for Brandon Valley is the center fielder number 2, Lake Trevere.
All right, well, reset from the last game, as apparently we didn't get that done, and I missed the first pitch. Comes in as a ball, I believe. And this one hits sharply to third and over to first for the throw, and that's one down. And that'll bring up the next batter here, Aiden Spicer.
Ground out brings up right fielder number 11, Aiden Spicer.
So 1 minute into the game here, and the pitch comes up high for a ball. It's 1-0 here to Aiden Spicer. On deck is Joe Kolbeck. And let's see, who did I miss here? 2-11-6, 21-3, 32, number 4. That's the one I missed. Dawson Skorcheski. I'll need to add that one to my lineup here. All right, now we're ready to go. As far as our lineups are concerned. And that will walk them. So that'll clear the count here for Joel Kolbach.
Now batting shortstop number 6, Joe Kolbach.
So 1 out, runner on. And now a rundown here between first and second, and over at second he's safe. Count remains 1-0 here to Joel Kolbach. So now time will be called here as Hellman will walk up and have a quick chat here with Andrew Zuck. Once again, around the bases, Will Carlson first, Nash Sledham at second. Caden Clefman at short, Isaac Hansen at third, Alex Hellman behind the plate catching, and Andrew Zuck pitching. And then in the outfield there, you got Mason Arger in right, or in left, Matt Carlson in right, and Eli Roberts in center. Once again, runner on second here. The batter is Joel Kolbach, and that pitch comes in for a strike, I believe. Can't see the officials. 1-1, I was just told. Okay, 1-1. And the 1-1 is grounded on a hopper there towards second. It's picked up and fired over by Sledham to Carlson. That will advance Spicer up to third on the ground out by Kolbach. That brings up Jackson Hayes.
Now batting number 20, Jackson Hayes.
So 1 out, runner on third, and Hayes takes the first pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. Once again, runner on third is Aiden Spicer. And Brandon Valley looking to strike first, and they might here as the ball comes across bouncing, and that brings in Spicer from third, and it's 1-0 in favor of Brandon Valley, and the count moves to 1-1. So now the bases are empty, and it's a 1-0 lead here for Brandon Valley over Brainerd. And Zuck winds up and swing, got a piece of it, fouled it into the dirt for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Jackson Hayes. Once again, if you're tuning in from Brainerd or from Brandon Valley, just kind of on the outskirts of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, we certainly appreciate you tuning in today. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here to Jackson Hayes. We'll see what Zuck pulls out of his arsenal here. Actually, I think we have, I may have put in the wrong pitcher here. So it goes into the ball, banks is 2-2. Let me double check my roster here. It's Mason Arger pitching. So I flip-flopped the left fielder and the pitcher. Now my apologies, as that one's fouled away, and it'll remain 2-2 here to Jackson Haas. Double check here. We'll get this fixed ASAP. So it's Arger pitching. That'll be a drop third strike as Hayes will take off and he'll make it on to first. So runner on, that clears the count here for Matt Brown.
Now batting left fielder number 1, Matt Brown.
Comes in for a strike to Matt Brown, and it's 0-1. And he'll chop this one foul for strike number 2. 2 outs, runner on first is Jackson Hayes, and Matt Brown now facing no balls and 2 strikes on his at-bat here in the top half of the first inning. And the pitch, and he'll swing and miss. Now strike out, and now end the top half of the first. Brandon Valley gets one across the plate. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we return here on the bottom half of the first with Roberts, Arger, and Clefman due up when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back. It's Eli Roberts starting things off here in the bottom half of the first for Brainerd. I believe the first pitch came across as a strike, and the next one comes across as a ball. We'll find out for sure what the count is here in just a moment. Hopefully, maybe. Looks like we might be right, as he's not giving me any signal. In case you're wondering here, I'm doing this solo. The broadcast, the PA announcing, and the field scoreboard and your on-screen scoreboard there, as that one comes in for a ball, and it's 2-1, 3-0. And that'll be ball 4, and that will send the runner up to first there, and that'll bring up Jake Miller.
Now batting right fielder number 26, Jake Miller.
So Roberts reaches base on a 4-pitch walk, and now it brings up Jake Miller, who has an infield hit and a hit to deep left on the 2 games that I've been in witness for here for Brainerd on Magnitude Sports, as they try the pickoff throw there on Roberts on first to no success. It remains 0-0 with nobody out. And that one comes in for a strike, and it's 0-1 here now to Jake Miller. Once again, the runner on first is Eli Roberts, as we're about 13 minutes into the ball game now. And the runner goes. Pitch comes across as a strike. And Roberts safely on second. So now Brandon Valley will talk things over at the mound here momentarily. I heard someone in the background say this is not an official trip to the mound, but it sure looks like some sort of trip to the mound if it's not an official one. Once again, Jake Miller is the batter, and he'll be facing a no balls, 2-strike count whenever this visit. Okay, so they're asking Jake Miller to step out, as Noah Birch here would like to throw a couple pitches, as apparently the coach has some sort of concern. I don't know if it's an injury-related concern or what the case might be here, but they're going to allow Noah Birch to toss a couple pitches here just to make sure that coach gives his approval on his trip to the mound here. So once again, we want to thank our sponsors, including Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo, alongside Sean Carlson at Town and Country Credit Union and Go Promo in West Fargo, for making this tournament broadcast coverage all on Friday, Saturday, and today on Sunday for the Championship Sunday doubleheader possible here on Magnitude Sports. And once again, we reset now, as it looks like Noah Birch is good to go here for Brandon Valley, and it's 0-2 to Jake Miller. Birch will glance back there at Roberts on second, deliver the 0-2. It's low, it's going to get by, and that will allow Roberts to get the third, and it's 2 balls and a strike here to Jake Miller. I think I said 2 balls and a strike. I meant to say 1 ball and 2 strikes is what I meant to say. And that one grounded hard out into right field. That's going to score Eli Roberts. That will tie the game on the RBI single. And it's the first hit of the game. Here as the home team gets their first run on the board, and it's 1-1. And that brings up Caden Clefman.
Now batting number 11, shortstop Caden Clefman.
And that one will drop for a ball. It's 1-0. That'll be the second hit of the game as that one goes to left field. Heading into third, and he's safe at third, and it's going to be a double for Clefman. So runners on second and third now for Brainerd with nobody out, and that brings up Will Carlson.
Now batting first baseman number 44, Will Carlson.
Carlson hit a home run in this tournament. He smashed a two-run drive over the right field fence about 325 feet in a game this weekend. And it's 1-0 here to Carlson. And that one comes in for a strike, and it's 1-1. And that is the third hit of the game. And rounding third is Clefman as Jake Miller comes in to score. And to third, here comes the throw, and he is out. I don't believe that. From my vantage point, it looked like he was safe. So he's going to get a two-run double, and he'll get thrown out at third as two more runs cross the plate here. Miller and Clefman from third and second, respectively. And it's 3-1 now. 3 runs on 3 hits. That brings up Matt Carlson.
Now batting designated hitter number 24, Matt Carlson.
One here to Matt Carlson. And a swing and a miss for strike number 2. And it's 3-1 now here in favor of Brainerd over Brandon Valley in the 2-seed championship game at Matson Field in Moorhead. Moorhead Blues winning their pool. They are playing in the other quote-unquote championship game, which is not against the other number 1 seed. It's against the number 2 seed, the team that didn't win the pool, which happens to be the host team, Fargo Post 2. So if you want to know how that one worked out, email us and we'll discuss it privately. It's too much to talk about here on the air on a microphone. And that one hit hard, high towards center. And it'll drop for a hit. So Carlson on with a single. And that brings up Riley DeRocher.
Now batting left fielder number 10, Riley DeRocher.
Nothing in 1. Pitch comes in low for ball 1. It's 1-1 now. As Matt Carlson gets a slight lead off first. And DeRocher check swing down the first base line. It'll result in a direct ground out. And now they know they're going to try to come back to first. And that throw is going to go out of play. And I believe he might get the extra base. But they do get Carlson out at second. And that is out number 2. And DeRozier will reach on a fielder's choice.
DeRozier reaches on a fielder's choice. That brings up number 19, third baseman Adam Jensen.
All right, so Adam Jensen will foul this one back to even up the count at a ball and a strike. Batter 7 in the lineup here for Brainerd. 2 out in the bottom of the first, and Brainerd leading Braden Valley 3-1 here. Or is it 0-2? I looked down for a second. And now it's 1-2. And this one going to be popped up, and it will remain 1-2 to Jensen. Once again, Alex Hellman on deck. There's Noah Birch now looking at 22 pitches. 13 of them have been recorded as strikes, according to my numbers unofficially. As Dawson Skorczewski will take a moment to make sure his equipment's on properly, and now we'll return to play here as the ump will give the signal to allow the pitch to come from Birch. He'll quickly glance over at DeRozier, and now time is called as Skorczewski will walk up and talk to Birch. And that'll give the ump a moment to brush off the sand on the plate here. And I believe the count's 1-2. We'll see if the umpire agrees with me or not. And that one's up high, and that'll be a ball. Two balls and 2 strikes to the best of our knowledge here to Adam Jensen. Swing and a miss, and taking off for second is Radoshir, but it won't matter because that'll be the strikeout that ends the first inning of play. We'll go to the second inning right after this here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
Magnitude Sports would like to remind you that whether you're watching from home or watching from the stands, to please respect officials. Without high school officials, games are canceled and players lose playing time. Contact your local high school to find out how you can become an official and stay connected to the game you love.
All right, welcome back as we come back to Matson Field here to entertain you for the top half of the second inning. It'll be Nick Hockenstad, Tyler Shelsky, and Dawson Skorczewski. Batters 6, 7, and 8 here for Brandon Valley in the top half of the second.
Leading off, batter 6, number 3, Nick Hockenstad.
And the first pitch comes in for a strike here to Hockenstad. And it's 0-1. Hunkenstad, the third baseman, will go around the bases here for Brainerd. I think he nicked that one. That's good for strike two. Since we had it wrong in the first inning of play, and once again I apologize for that. What happened was I thought I had the lineup set, but it was the lineup from the previous game, so I had to enter in the lineup for this game instead. So that was my error, and just a lot of things to do, and that was the one thing I forgot to do. Is that one is belted out towards Sledham, the second baseman, and he'll make the catch for the first out.
The pop-out will bring up designated hitter number 32, Tyler Shelsky.
And that one comes up high for a ball, and I believe it's 2-0.
Right, and or you get one and then 500 after. Exactly. Yeah, I know Mara, our daughter, so she's a fifth generation teacher. Okay. Because when my dad taught college, my grandpa taught in
And this one will be chipped foul right into the Brainerd dugout.
Okay.
And that one just misses for ball two. So 2-2 the count here to Tyler Shelsky. And Shelsky will swing. It's a drop third strike. He'll be thrown out at first. And that's out number 2 of the inning. And that clears the count here for Dawson Skorcheski.
Now batting the catcher number 4, Dawson Skorcheski.
So 2 away here as the count is cleared here for Skorcheski, and that one will bounce in for ball 1. Now swing and a miss there for strike 1 will even things up at a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count here to Skorcheski. If he can reach base, it'd be Logan Kelling. Logan, let me look at, see, yeah, I did spell it right. Logan Kelling, the second baseman who would be on deck here for Brandon Valley, trailing by 2. And the pitch comes in for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Skorcheski. I want to thank the Brandon Valley coach for helping me out with a few of the name pronunciations. This is the first time we've seen Brandon Valley in the tournament this weekend, or at least I have anyway. And that one will scoot through the legs of the third baseman into left field, and that's good to put the runner on first. And that clears the count here for Logan Kelling.
Now batting for Brandon Valley, number 5, the second baseman, Logan Kelling.
This one's low for a ball. That will allow Skorcheski to advance up to second. So once again, 2 outs, and there's an extra pitch. It's 1-1 for sure. So the Skorcheski standing on second here, and a base hit with 2 outs would be very beneficial here for Brandon Valley. As Arger will stare down the runner on second and deliver a foul tip into the dirt for strike 2. And the umpire will approve the baseball can remain in play here. Looks like I have the count right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're just tuning in, I'm doing absolutely everything right now. I'm doing the broadcast, your on-screen scoreboard, the field scoreboard, and the PA announcing. So if I do have something wrong, please bear with me, and I'll do the best I can here as we move forward in this game. But it's been a fun one so far here in the 2C championship game on a championship doubleheader Sunday here on Magnitude Sports. From Matson Field in North Fargo as Arger stares down Skorcheski on second and delivers the pitch, fouled back for an unofficial strike. It'll remain 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second is Skorcheski. In the 2-2, check swing drops into the dirt. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's 35 pitches for Arger now. 23 strikes, 12 balls according to my numbers unofficially. And a payoff pitch coming up here for Arger. So he'll get the signal there from Hellman. He'll agree to it, glance back at Skorcheski on second. Kick and deliver. Low for a ball, that'll walk him. That brings up the top of the order, Lake Tavir.
Turn to the top of the order here for Brandon Valley. Center fielder number 2, Lake Tavir.
Tavir grounded out on an infield ground out towards third last time he was at the plate. And now you have 2 runners on, first and second with 2 outs here. And the pitch is, I think it was in for a strike actually. Arger takes a deep double look at second, delivers a swing and a miss for strike 2. One more like that will end the inning here and hang on to the 2-run advantage here for Brainerd moving into the bottom half of the second. Right now 2 away in the top half of 2. As Arger looks back at second again here on an 0-2 count to the batter, Lake Tavir, with Aiden Spicer on deck if Tavir can reach base. And that one will come across as a ball, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now here as we reach the 35-minute mark of the ball game here at Matson Field in North Fargo. And the pitch. And this one, that was a sinker, and that one, a golf swing, fouled it back. And he'll stay alive for at least 1 more pitch. That's 40 pitches now for Arger. 26 strikes, 14 balls, according to my numbers unofficially. Remains 1-2 the count here to Tavir, with Kelling on first and Skorcheski on second here for Brandon Valley. And the pitch comes in for a strikeout. Got him looking. And that is out number 3, and that ends the top half of the second inning of play. As we go to the bottom of 2 right after this, here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. We head into the bottom of the second here on Magnitude Sports. Want to thank you for tuning in, whether it's you're a Brandon Valley fan or a Brainerd fan. Certainly appreciate you tuning in. And right now the Brainerd fans probably have a little bit slightly bigger smile on their face right now as their team leads by 3-1 on 4 hits. And we do need to credit Brandon Valley with 1 hit. I must have forgot to hit the button earlier. And we'll see if they can get any more hits here in this inning. And actually it'll be Brainerd up to bat, excuse me, as we're in the bottom half of the second and not the top of the second anymore.
Leading off the bottom of the second is the catcher, number 21, Alex Hellman.
And the pitch to Hellman comes in for a strike. 0-1 now here to Hellman. On deck is Nash Sledham. We'll also see Eli Roberts. So it's batters 8, 9, and 1 for Brainerd here in the bottom half of the second inning. And the windup from Birch. Sends it in, and it'll fall for a ball. 1-1. Forgot to go around the bases there for Brainerd in that previous inning, so I'm going to do my absolute best to do that in the top half of the third here for the Brainerd fans. Once again, I got it wrong in the top half of the first because I entered the wrong lineup from previous games. So this one is going to be popped up, foul territory, and chasing after it there is Hayes, and he'll make the catch for the first out. And now bring up Nash Sledham.
Now batting for Brainerd, number 1, Nash Sledham, the second baseman.
Pitch comes in for a ball, I believe. 1-0. And the pitch. That one skips off the dirt for a ball. That one's high and in for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes here to Sledham. And Birch will either give Sledham the free base or Sledham will give Birch the free strike. And it'll be the free base. And now bring up Eli Roberts, who was also walked last time he was at the plate.
Turn it back to the top of the order here for Brainerd. Center fielder number 5, Eli Roberts.
So 1 out, runner on first is Sledham, and this is Eli Roberts. And I missed the pitch. I believe it was a ball. We'll find out if I'm wrong or not here momentarily. And it won't matter now, as that'll be grounded out hard into left field. Now come back in and hold Roberts to a single.
That brings up right fielder number 26, Jake Miller.
That is the 5th hit of the game here for Brainerd as Miller steps up to the plate. So you have 2 runners on now. Sledham on second. Roberts on first. Birch looks at second and delivers. Low and out for a ball. 1-0 here to Miller. And that one, line drive into left. And that will put on the brakes there on Sledham at third. That will end up loading the bases on a single. And that brings up Caden Clefman, who doubled to left last time he was at the plate.
Now batting shortstop number 11, Caden Clefman, first to visit to the mound.
So once again, to reset here, yeah, the base is loaded for Brainerd. Nash Sledham on third, Eli Roberts on second, Jake Miller, the runner, on first. Caden Clefman, the batter, who doubled into left field on his last trip to the plate here in this contest. And there's one out here in the bottom of the second, and Brainerd looking to add to their 2-run lead here, and they have a great opportunity to cause some damage on the scoreboard, and that is exactly why coach and teammates are talking things over there on the mound, as they want to try and get out of this situation here with the least amount of damage possible. Well, Brainerd wants to do the exact opposite of that and put a little bit of cushion on the scoreboard there between Brainerd and Brandon Valley. Once again, it's Caden Clefman at the plate. 1 away and bases loaded. And that one's up high for a ball. It's 1-0. Sledham third, Roberts second, Miller first. The batter, and the batter is Clefman. And he'll foul it back for strike 1. One ball and 1 strike here to Clefman. And now he will rifle that one to left field. And it is a oh no, I thought it went over, but it didn't. It goes all the way to the warning track. And Clefman with a 2-run double, deep, deep, deep to left field. And that makes it 5-1. And that brings up Will Carlson.
Now batting Will Carlson.
So that moves Miller up to third, Clefman to second on the double there, and that will do it for Noah Birch. Have him down for 38 pitches, 20 strikes, 18 balls. We'll return with the new pitcher in just a moment.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, new pitcher on the mound here for Brandon Valley is Jack Cronk. Noah Birch will be responsible for Clefman on second and Miller on third should they come around and score before we can officially close the book on Noah Birch. But at the moment, he is 1 1/3 innings pitched and has allowed 5 runs on 7 hits and potentially responsible for 2 more runs. Once again, Miller on third and Clefman on second should they come around and score. And then that would officially close the book here on the new pitcher, Jack Cronk. And once again, it's Will Carlson stepping up to the plate to bat here.
Once again, batting is number 44, first baseman Will Carlson.
So to reset here, runners on second and third, 1 out, bottom of the second, and a 5-1 lead here for Brainerd over the visiting team on the scoreboard, Brandon Valley. And the first pitch here from Cronk is in for a strike. Nicely tossed pitch there by number 8. 0-1 here with 1 out. 2 runners on. Clefman second, Miller third for Brainerd, leading 5-1 here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard there as Cronk will lean in, get the signal from Skorcheski, wind up and deliver, and he'll golf swing that one, pop it up, and foul it away for a strike, and it's 0-2. Final game here from Matson Field. It's part of the 2021 FM Invite here on Championship Sunday doubleheader. We had the 3-seeded championship game right before this one. And that went to Coon Rapids by the final score of 12-2 in 5 innings over Sioux Falls East. Swing and a miss by Carlson. That's a strikeout. That records out number 2. Now clears the count now here for Matt Carlson.
Now batting, designated hitter number 24, Matt Carlson.
Carlson 1 for 1 with a single to left field last time he was at the plate. Total of 7 hits in the game so far here for Brainerd. As we reach the 50-minute mark of this ball game here in the bottom of the second inning. Well, I was chit-chatting with our other broadcaster, Eric Tianson, between games here, who his father has a birthday today. By the way, happy birthday to Eric's dad from all of us here at Magnitude Sports. And this one, more on that in just a moment here. That one's going deep to center field. And getting underneath it there is Trevere, excuse me. I said that wrong. And that will record the final out of this inning. So we go into the third, and it's a 5-1 lead for Brainerd here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard. We'll be back with more in just a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Welcome back. 5-1 as we move into the top half of the third inning here on Magnitude Sports. Just shy of an hour into this game with only 2 innings complete. And we'll see if this one moves along a little bit quicker here moving forward, or if it'll remain at about the same pace. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Aiden Spicer, Joe Kolbeck, and Jackson Hayes that we'll see this inning here for Brandon Valley. And we'll see if they can get a couple runs here on this 5-1 deficit.
Now batting right fielder number 11, Aiden Spicer.
First pitch to Spicer comes in for ball 1. He was walked last time. I believe it was a 4-pitch walk last time he was up the plate, if memory serves me correctly. This one comes in for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike now here to Aiden Spicer. Once again, Joe Kolbeck on deck. We'll also see Jackson Hayes this inning as well here for Brandon Valley. As Arger will wind up and deliver ball 2. Around the bases here for Brainerd. Will Carlson at first, Nash Sledham at second, Caden Clefman at short, Adam Jensen at third, Alex Hellman catching, Mason Arger pitching. Here's the 2-1. And he missed it for ball 3. In the outfield, Riley DeRozier in left, Jake Miller in right, and Eli Roberts in straightaway center field here for Brainerd, leading 5-1 here in the top of the third against Brandon Valley, as Arger winds up for the 3-1, and he missed it outside, and that'll walk him. Puts the runner on base, and that brings up Joe Kolbeck, who grounded out on a 6-3 last time he was at the plate.
Now batting shortstop number 6, Joe Kolbeck.
So runner on first, that's Spicer. And they'll try the pickoff on Spicer, but no success. And still no pitches here, so we'll reset the count here for Kolbeck. Once again, Kolbeck 0 for 1, grounded out to, actually I think I said 6-3, I meant to say 4-3. Grounded out to second base on his most recent trip to the plate here. And Arger will deliver. And it comes in over the knees for a strike. 0-1. Once again, if you missed any of the games from Matson Field here in this 2021 invite, they're all available for on-demand replay on our website, msportsnet.com. And the same will be true with this one after the live broadcast comes to a conclusion. Usually those pop up on our website within about 10 minutes after the live broadcast comes to an end. So if you have family that couldn't watch the game live, you can send them to our website. They can watch it at their convenience. And Spicer will take off for second. No throw will be made. And 1-1 the count here to Kolbeck. So once again, Spicer up to second now. So he gets a fairly healthy lead off of second. Kolbeck facing the 1-1. Got it in there for strike 2. And this one fouled off, and now remain strike 2. Spicer with another healthy lead off on second as the pitch comes in low for a ball. It's 2-2. Spicer will touch up on second here as Arger will get the sign here from Hellman. Arger will set, glance at second, and deliver. Got it in the middle down there for a strikeout. That's out number one. And that brings up Jackson Hayes.
Now batting first baseman number 20, Jackson Hayes.
So one away here in the top half of the third, and Spicer the runner on second, Jackson Hayes the batter. 0 for 1, thrown out on a drop third strike. The pitch comes across for a ball. It's 1-0. On deck is Matt Brown. Assuming no double plays happen, we'll see him next. As Arger looks back at second on Spicer. And now he'll wind up and deliver the 1-0, and he taps it foul to even it up at 1-1. And the umpire will walk out a new baseball here for Arger to continue this game. One ball, one strike, the count here to Hayes. Arger will glance at second. Now he'll try the pickoff at second. That goes into center field, but Spicer will stay put at second. So a lucky break there for Brainerd. Even though you're out 4 runs, you don't want to make it easy for your opponent. So the count remains 1 apiece here to Hayes. As Arger will look back at second, check up on where Spicer's at. Now he looks a second time. Now he'll deliver the 1-1, in for a strike, 1-2. I think I'm getting the hang of doing this all now. Took 1 hour to do it, but I got it figured out. And the windup and the toss, and that's high for a ball. 2-2 now here to Jackson Hayes. Once again, he reached base, or he did not reach base. He was thrown out on a drop third strike last time he was at the plate. As Arger will get the signal here from Hellman. Now glance back at Spicer on second, and he'll wind up and deliver the 2-2. That one's inside, and it hit him. So I'll put 2 runners on. They'll clear the count here from Matt Brown.
Now batting left fielder number 1, Matt Brown.
All right, Matt Brown 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. We'll clear the count here for Brown. There's 2 runners on the pitch. Missed for a ball, 1-0. Five to 1 your score here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard, and it is now, I believe, 2 balls, no strikes. Spicer on second, Hayes on first, runners on for Brandon Valley. Pitch comes in low. Got it in there for a strike, 3-1. So gets the free strike on the 3-0 count. Fan base for Brandon Valley encouraging Matt to take a swing on this pitch. We'll see if he takes the fans' advice or not. He will not. He will take the walk. And that will load up the bases here for Nick Hokenstad.
Brown draws the walk. That loads the bases for number 3. Third baseman, Nick Hockenstad.
And it appears we might have a new pitcher here for Brainerd. As it looks like Arger is going to make his way out into left field, and I believe it was number 6 who came in for, or 6 or 8. We'll tell you who's on the mound here for Brainerd when we return after this break.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back. We'll turn it over to our PA announcer here for the defensive changes for you to get you an update.
Defensive changes here for Brainerd. Moving out into left field is the former pitcher Mason Archer. And now moving on to the bump, number 6, Jack Schaefer.
All right, so and that will also mean that I believe Riley DeRocher will come out. I'm not sure if he's coming out of the game or if he'll switch to DH or what will happen to Matt Carlson, who is the original DH, as it looks like the coach there for Brainerd's talking things over with the Brandon Valley coach and the 2 officials. So once again, to reset here, we have 1 out in the top of the 3rd. And the bases are loaded. Right now it's Aiden Spicer, the runner on 3rd. Jackson Hayes, the runner on 2nd. Matt Brown, the runner on 1st. And the batter is Nick Hockenstad. He's 0 for 1 with a fly-out, pop-out, I should say, to second base. So reach the 1 hour, 5 minute mark of the broadcast now, as they will continue to make sure that they got everything straight here. 2 coaches and the 2 umpires. Once again, coming up on Tuesday, we'll have tomorrow off, and then on Tuesday we'll have a 9-inning affair here between the Post 400 Stars and the West Fargo Patriots. It's always a fun one when those 2 teams get together. So if you're looking for just a basic, great baseball game, certainly would suggest tuning into that one. You just never know what might happen, especially when those 2 teams meet up at Starry and Bank Field. We'll have a couple more Post 400 games coming up as we lead into the state tournament. Post 400 will be hosting Williston. That's about a 99% confirmed. hosting Williston for a state play-in game. Winner will get the winner will get the 8th seed. Loser will not go to the state tournament. I know a lot of the viewers probably watching this game not too concerned with that one, but had to find something to fill the time there.
Once again, batting number 3, Nick Hockenstead.
And the swung chopped foul towards third. And it's 0-2 now, I believe. As the umpire will walk a new ball out here to Hockenstead. Or to Schaefer, excuse me. Jack Schaefer, the new pitcher. Tyler Shelsky is on deck here for Brandon Valley, as Schaefer winds up and delivers. High for a ball. 2-1. And they're saying it hit him. So that will bring in a run. That'll bring in Spicer from third. That moves Hayes up to third, Brown up to second, Hockenstead, and that brings up Shelsky to the plate. I believe a balk was called. Now the official is going to be met up here by the coach for a quick conversation, or maybe a lengthy conversation, depending on the official topic of argument here. I believe it's a they wanted a warning on a balk, and they called a balk, and they're saying that they didn't get the quote warning first, so now some emphatic physical examples of why he called what he called, I guess is one way you can put it. So it's 5-3 now on the balk, and that takes the runner off first.
Run scores. That brings up number 32, Tyler Shelsky.
And Shelsky to right field. And the catch is made, and tagging on third there and scoring is Matt Brown. And now all of a sudden it's a 5-4 game. It's a sacrifice fly for Shelsky. That brings up Dawson Skorcheski.
Now batting catcher number 4, Dawson Skorcheski.
That one's fouled away for a strike, and it's 0-1 here to Skorcheski. So once again, a sac fly will score the run. And also advance Hockenstead up to third. Skorcheski 1-for-1 with a single to left field last time he was at the plate. He's facing an 0-1 count now here on that fouled away pitch. And with 2 away, if Skorcheski can reach base, we'll see Logan Kelling next here for Brandon Valley, as they have pulled within a run here in the top of the third. And the pitch in for a strike. Strike 2 here to Skorcheski. And now Schaefer he'll scoop that one towards second. Fires over to first. Safe. He's safe, and the run will score as a result. Originally called him safe. And now it looks like we'll have a courtesy runner on first. So Skorcheski will reach via an infield hit. It's an infield RBI, and that ties the game at 5. So let's see here. Who's officially at bat now? It's going to be Logan Kelling. I'll reset the count at 0-0, and runner on first. And Kelling was walked last time he was at the plate.
Runner safe at first. That brings up number 5, second baseman Logan Kelling.
Time is called by Kelling. Now force we have a courtesy runner on first, actually. I think it's number 24. No, it's got to be, I don't have number 24 in my lineup card here, so maybe it's 34. He'll take off for second. That'll be served up into right center. And the second baseman there, Sledham, will get the catch to end the top half of the third. But we're all knotted up here at the end of 2.5 as they get 4 across the plate. And I'm sure a coach thought it would only be 2 if you talk to him in person, but that's not going to be the way the end result comes. So 5-5 as we head into the bottom of the third now. Brandon Valley back into this game. We return with more baseball after this.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
All right, so taking over the number 6 spot in the batting lineup here for Riley DeRocher is Jack Schaefer, the pitcher. Now bring up Adam Jensen and Alex Hellman, 6, 7, and 8 for Brainerd here in the bottom half of the third.
Stepping into the number 6 spot in the lineup is number 6, the pitcher, Jack Schaefer.
So an interesting ball game has developed here as this one's fouled away for strike one. As Brandon Valley got on the board first, leading 1-0. Brainerd responded in the bottom half of the first with 3 runs of their own to make it 3-1. They put 2 more on the board to make it 5-1 in the bottom of the second after holding Brandon Valley scoreless in the top half of the second. And then in the top of the third, Brandon Valley gets 3 to tie it up at 5-5. And that will be a infield hit. Thought for a moment, well, no, there's no runners on, so no infield fly will be called, and that'll be an infield hit. And that brings up Adam Jensen.
Now batting number 19, the third baseman, Adam Jensen.
I also have a courtesy runner on first. I didn't catch the jersey number of the person who came in, but if I do, I'll pass it along to you there as the pitch comes in for a strike, and it's 0-1 as a result here to Adam Jensen. Looks like either number 12 or number 22. It's neither. Yeah, it's Adam Kleinsmith, number 12. There's no 22 on the roster. This one heading towards right field, and the catch is made for the out. That'll bring up Alex Hellman.
Now batting the catcher, number 21, Alex Hellman. Also, courtesy running at first is number 12, Adam Kleinschmidt.
Pitch comes in for a ball. 1-1 up to first, not in time, or it should be 2-1, excuse me. Two and 1 to 21. Check that. Or yeah, Alex Hellman. I forgot to advance the batter here. Two and 0 the count officially here to Hellman. And that pitch comes in for a strike. 3-1 the count now here to Hellman. Runner on is Adam Kleinschmidt on first. Once again, the batter, Alex Hellman, and Nash Sledham is on deck here with 1 out. We'll see him next if no double plays happen as Kronk winds up, and it's smacked into left field. A hard hop over the third baseman who tried to kneel down and snag it, but it would sneak by him, and that goes into the books as a hit. That puts 2 runners on for Nash Sledham. Looks like we're looking for a courtesy runner here for Hellman. And coming in will be number 8 to courtesy run, Isaac Hansen.
Courtesy running on first is number 8, Isaac Hansen. Now batting is number 1, the second baseman, Nash Sledham.
Showing bunt, pulls the bunt back. Pitch comes in for a strike. 0-1 here to Sledham, who was walked last time he was at the plate. And now with the game tied at 5, 1 out, 2 runners on, and Brandon Valley needs to be careful here. As last thing they'd want to do is walk and load the bases and give Brandon Valley a chance to get back the runs they lost in the top half of the third. And he will show bunt. Bunts it right up to the first baseman, Hayes, excuse me. And he's out at third. So they get the lead runner, Kleinsmith. And that brings up Eli Roberts.
Back to the top of the order here for Brainerd, center fielder number 5, Eli Roberts.
Roberts 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. So Sledham officially reaches on a fielder's choice as they get the Kleinschmidt out at third on the force out. Pitch comes in low, ball 2. There's 2 outs. Now a 3-0 count here to Roberts. So either a free base or a free strike coming up here. Free base would load the bases here for Jake Miller, who's on deck. And that one's fouled back for a strike. It's already at 1 hour, 24 minutes here in the bottom of the third. That's in a offensive, I don't know if offensive explosion is the word I want to look for, but it's been a delayed offensive explosion here for Brandon Valley, we'll put it that way. Brainerd trying to rebound. That one going into deep right center. All the way back to the warning track, and it's over the head there of Aiden Spicer. 1 run scores, play at the plate on the second run, and he is safe. That is a 2-run triple for Roberts. That brings up Jake Miller. Check that. Yeah, Jake Miller.
2-run triple for Roberts. Brings up right fielder number 26, Jake Miller.
Sorry about the camera there, folks. Had it a little bit not where I wanted it. And let's see here. I believe the pitch missed for a ball, I believe. 1-0 here to Miller's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. 1 to right, 1 to left. And that one comes in for a ball. 2-0 the count here with Caden Clefman on deck. And he'll foul this one back, 2-1. And a nice hit there all the way to the fence in left field. That will score Roberts from third. It'll be an RBI double for Jake Miller, and that makes it 8-5. That's the 10th hit of the game, I believe. Yep, 10th hit of the game. And now we have a visit to the mound. So 8-5, it's actually the 11th hit of the game. As I double checked my scorebook here, so I'll add one more hit for Brainerd. Make sure everything's accurate. We're an hour and 27 minutes into this game here in the bottom of the third. This is usually about the time we're in the top or bottom of the sixth inning. Looks like we'll have a new pitcher here for Brandon Valley. We'll let him warm up and we'll tell you who it is when we return after this.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back. We're still in the bottom of the third here. New pitcher on the mound is Lake Tavir, and we'll turn it over to our PA announcer for the other defensive changes.
Defensive changes for Brandon Valley. Aiden Spicer moves to center field. Tyler Shelsky over to right, and now on the mound is Lake Tavir. And now batting is number 11, Caden Clefman.
So there you go. You got all the updates for you. So we're still in the bottom of the third, and it is no balls, no strikes. We'll clear the count here. With 2 away and a runner on second. And that runner on second is Jake Miller. Got there on an RBI double that made the score 8-5 and generated the or prompted the pitching change here for Brandon Valleys. He gets the pitch in for a strike. It's 0-1 here to Clefman. A little low, and I believe it's 1-1. We'll see if the official agrees with me here. Thanks to the binoculars, we're able to get the outfield changes for you. One and two, the count here to Clefman. Will Carlson on deck. And he'll foul it. He'll remain 1-2. Come on, kid. Once again, 2 out. So if Clefman reaches base, we'll see Will Carlson next. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout, and that ends the third inning of play. We move to the 4th inning now next, and Brainerd retakes the lead, gets 3 of the 4 runs back to take an 8-5 lead as we move into the top of the 4th here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be back ASAP.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, we come into the top of the 4th here. I believe the first pitch came across for a ball. It's 1-0. Here to the batter. Let me double check here. Lake Tavere. And Tavere pops that one up and fouls it away into the bullpen. And it is 1-1 now as a result. Just got a text message from Eric Tianson, our other broadcaster here on Magnitude Sports, and he's like, oh my goodness, 90 minutes, top of the 4th. Yeah, well, an hour, 94 minutes to be precise. So, but that's okay. It's been a fun one so far. It certainly doesn't feel like, at least in my humble perspective, it doesn't feel like it's been 94 minutes. That one launched to center field, and that one is gonna be grabbed there by the right fielder, Jake Miller, and that's out number 1. Thought that one for a moment might have had a chance, but not quite. And Tavere will fly out. That brings up Aiden Spicer.
Now batting number 11, Aiden Spicer.
And Spicer will bunt it. Shortstop will grab it, make the throw, and he's out at second. 2 up, 2 down here on the fly out to right center. And the ground out by Spicer on the 6-3. That brings up Joel Kolbeck.
Now batting number 6, Joel Kolbeck.
I missed that pitch. I'm not sure if it was a ball or a strike. Kolbeck 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout as they try to pick off at first. No success. So they overturned the call at first. I thought it was a ground out, but it looks like he's going to be in on an infield hit. So that's the 3rd hit. Here for Brandon Valley. That's 1-2 here to Kolbeck with 1 out and runner on first, Aiden Spicer. And that one's hit well to left field. And it's going foul. So remain 1 and 2. As Colbeck fouls it away, and with 1 out, if no double plays happen, Jackson Hayes is on deck. Runner goes, Colbeck swings and misses, and the throw to second. And he's saying he's safe. So Spicer gets the stolen base, and it's 2 and 2 now here to Colbeck. Actually, it was a strikeout to Colbeck. And that brings up Jackson Hayes. And now there's 2 outs. And the pitch comes across for a ball.
Now batting number 20, Jackson Hayes.
Two and 1 the call here to Hayes. And that one comes in for strike 2. So 2 balls followed by 2 strikes. And it's 2 and 2 with 2 outs, and Aiden Spicer, the runner on second here for Brandon Valley, trailing by 3, 8-5 here to Brainerd on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard. As Schaefer will wind up and deliver the pitch in for strike 3. And that ends the top half of the 4th. And Brainerd will have a chance to add to their 3-run lead as they hold Brandon Valley scoreless for the 2nd time in this game. But Brandon Valley has scored in all the odd innings. We'll see if they can do that in the top of the 5th. But first, the bottom of the 4th when we return after this here on Magnitude. Be right back.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back. 8-5 in favor of Brainerd as we move into the bottom half of the 4th inning. Here now, 1 hour and 38 minutes into the ball game. Once again, Lake Trevere, on the mound. He came in the last inning of play. That's the 3rd pitcher of the game here for Brandon Valley. Eight runs on 11 hits, no errors, and Brainerd has left 4 on base. Brandon Valley, 5 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they have left a total of 5 on base. Once again, this is Will Carlson, and the pitch comes in for a strike, and it's 0-1 here to Carlson here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. I don't believe there's a time limit on these games. There might be, but if there is, none of the games this weekend have reached that time limit. Let's put it that way. Carlson 1 for 2, double into left center, and then he struck out swinging in that order. And he's going to send this one to left field, and that one's all the way back to the fence. And that's good for a double. Finals come in from the other game. Post 2 has defeated Moorhead 5-3. So Moorhead, the unofficial champion, as Fargo Post 2 wasn't supposed to play in that game. Either that or the unofficial championship would go to West Fargo, who was supposed to play in that game. I'm not sure how you would want to look at that, but... On 1 here to Matt Carlson, who's 1 for 2, a single to left and a fly out to left center. And now it's strike 2 here to Matt Carlson.
Here we go, Art.
That's this next pitch here for Tavir will be pitch number 10 according to my numbers. That one will miss for a ball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Matt Carlson. Jack Schaefer on deck, Adam Jensen to follow with nobody out, with 1 runner on if we can get that far into the lineup. We'll see Schaefer for sure. And if a double play doesn't happen, then we might see Jensen after that, as that pitch comes in to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Matt Carlson. And that one's fouled back, and it'll remain 2 balls, 2 strikes as a result. So once again, Moorhead falls to post 2 in the whatever you want to call that game at Jack Williams Stadium. It wasn't a championship game per se, but it was a game, we'll say that. He'll finally bat that one down, and it's good for a single into right field that will score Will Carlson. And Matt Carlson trying for a triple. Maybe, oh, they're going to send him or keep him there. Check that. That was Mason Arger actually with the triple. That scores Carlson for a run. And that brings up Jack Schaefer.
Now batting the pitcher, number 6, Jack Schaefer.
And this one's going to left. Catch is made, and he thought about tagging up, but he'll hold on the brakes there, and there'll be just a normal fly out for out number 1 of the inning. That brings up Adam Jensen.
Now batting number 19, third baseman Adam Jensen.
Jensen 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Flyout to right field last time he was at the plate. Takes the pitch for a ball here, and it's 1-0. On deck would be Alex Hellman, and that is indeed the one who's on deck. As the pitch comes in, that's grounded out towards the shortstop. Colback will fire it over to first. Run will score on the RBI ground out to make it 10-5. Scoring Archer brings up Alex Hellman.
Archer scores on the RBI ground out by Jensen. That brings up Alex Hellman.
And this one grounded down the third base line and fair, and it's another hit. And the throw to second will not be in time, and he is safe on a double. That brings up Nash Sledham.
Now batting number 1, second baseman Nash Sledham.
Sledham 0 for 1, walked and then reached on a fielder's choice last time he was at the plate. And that one comes in for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here, and a 10-5 lead for Brainerd here in the bottom of the 4th. 15 runs scored here in just a little over the halfway point of the ball game. Unless Brainerd scores 2 more, that would put the 8-run rule into effect. No, it wouldn't. That would put a 7. They'd need to score 3 more to get the 8-run rule to be put into effect. That one's up high. Two balls and 2 strikes the count here to Sledham. And he'll get a piece of that one. Stay alive for at least 1 more pitch. On deck here is Eli Roberts, as we'll return to the top of the order here with 2 away if Sledham can reach base. Two, number 2 coming up here from Tavir. He'll set and wind up and deliver. Up high, ball 3. Double check my stats here. 10-14-0 and 5-3-0. Yep, we're right on. And the pitch. And he'll foul it away and stay alive for yet 1 more. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat here for Sledham. Strike, ball, fouled away. In that order on the 7 pitches so far here, as we're about 8 minutes shy of the 2-hour mark of the ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch, and that one's hit well to center field, but not well enough. Getting underneath it there, Spicer, he makes the grab, and that retires Brainerd here in the 4th inning of play. They get 2 runs across the plate. They take a 10-5 lead as they double up here on Brandon Valley, and now Brandon Valley with some work to do here in the next couple innings. They're at bat when we return after this.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back to Matson Field. It's Matt Brown leading things off here in the top half of the 5th, as we're about 5 minutes shy of the 2-hour mark of the ball game. Yes, you heard me correctly, almost 2 hours here in the top of the 5th, an hour 54 to be exact. First pitch comes in low for a ball here to the batter, Matt Brown. 0 for 1, struck out swinging, and then he was walked in that order on his 2 trips to the plate so far today. Second pitch is in for a strike, a low strike. That'll leave in the count of the ball and a strike, 1-1. Jack Schaefer on the mound pitching. Came in a couple innings ago. He has 25 pitches, 18 of them recorded as strikes. That one recorded as a ball, and it's 2-1. 10 runs on 14 hits. Neither team has committed an error. If they have, I didn't record it as an error. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Matt Brown. Nobody on base and nobody out. And a low pitch is 3-2 now. Oh no, he struck him out, I guess. So 1 out. And I bring up Nick Hawkinstead.
Now batting number 3, Nick Hawkinson.
Two balls and no strikes now here to Hawkinstead. And the windup here from Schaefer. He delivers, and that one stays fair. Unbelievable how that one stayed fair, and it's going to be a 2-3 ground out. I think that's the first time I've seen a ground out to the catcher. A 2-3 ground out is most definitely a first here for me on Magnitude Sports. That brings up Tyler Schalski, 0 for 1, drop third strike, and a sac fly on his 2 trips to the plate today. That pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Dawson Skorcheski is the scheduled batter on deck. And the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes here to Shelsky. Free base or a free strike on the way here. Up high, he gets the free base. That brings up Skorzensky.
Shelsky draws the walk. That brings up number 4, Dawson Skorczewski, sorry.
Skorzensky. Skorzensky 2 for 2, has a single to left and an infield single. And we do have a runner on first now. That's Shelsky. With Brandon Valley trailing by 5. They're looking for an opportunity, and it's a little throw to first. Not in time. I'd like to see the replay on that one, but it looked like he may have been thrown out at first, but umpire says he's safe, so that goes into the books as an infield hit. And so 2 runners on here. It's Logan Kelling.
Now batting number 5, Logan Kelling.
Pitch comes in as a strike, 0-1 here to Kelling. And that's hit well into the outfield. That'll drop for a hit. And that will load the bases here for Brandon Valley with 2 out in the top of the 5th.
Single to left for Kelling loads the bases for number 2, Lake Tavir.
Tavir takes the first one for a strike. 0-1 here. Tavir 0 for 3, ground out. The ground out was to third. Then he would strike out. Then he'd fly out to right center field. And he'll foul this one off to the right side of the batter's box for strike 2. Well, it's an interesting situation here. They could really use a base hit. They could really use a grand slam, but a base hit would make it more than likely 10-7, depending on where the hit was placed. And the hit is going to be placed right into the glove of the shortstop, Clefman. And they will get the force out at second. That's all they need. The run will not score, and they will leave the bases loaded as Tavir will reach on a fielder's choice, and they'll get the force out on Kelling at second. And that ends the top half of the 5th. So Brainerd with a 5-run lead comes up, brings out the bats when we return after this here on Magnitude.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
All right, welcome back. We roll into the bottom of the 5th. It's a 10-5 lead here for Brainerd over Brandon Valley. And we have a new pitcher on the mound here. That is going to be Logan Kelling. That means we have a new second baseman as well. We'll see if we can find out who that new second baseman is. It appears to be number 3. No, that's Hockenstead. Number 2 is Lake Tervier, so they'll be flip-flopping second and pitcher.
Defensive changes here for Brandon Valley. Logan Kelling now pitching. Lake Tervier moving to second base. And now batting, number 5, Eli Roberts.
So we move into the bottom of the 5th now here. 2 hours and 3 minutes into the game. And it's 10-5 in favor of Brainerd. 3 runs, 3-1 after 1, 5-1 after 2, 5-5 after 2.5, 8-5 after 3. And then Brainerd gets 2 more in the bottom of the 4th to make it 10-5, and that's where we sit right now here in the bottom of the 5th with Eli Roberts up to bat. And the pitch comes in for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes here. Let's reset here. 2 balls, no strikes. To Eli Roberts, who's 2 for 2 with a walk, a single to left, and a triple to right center. And on that triple, it scored 2 runs, and I believe that pitch came in for ball 3. So either a free base or a free strike coming up here on this pitch by Kelling, and that's a free walk. Runner on, and that brings up Jake Miller.
Now batting number 26, Jake Miller.
Miller 3 for 3, 2 singles to left, one of them almost a home run. It hit the just below the top of the fence there and off the wall, and then he had another double into shallow right. So he had 2 singles into deep left and a double into shallow right. Try to explain that one to me. I mean, Roberts going to second, and he's in safely. Two balls and no strikes here to Jake Miller. Once again, 3 for 3, single, single, double. That one misses outside, and now it's 3 balls, no strikes here to Miller. On deck is Caden Clefman with nobody out. Runner on second is Eli Roberts. As Kelling with 7 pitches now, 7 balls, 0 strikes. And now to the throw to third. It's not in time, and Roberts takes third as the pitch comes in for a strike, and it's 3-1 here to Miller. And the pitch, and he'll foul that one back, and now it's a full count at 3-2. So once again, Roberts 90 feet away from making it an 11-5 game here in favor of Brainerd. We've had 3 or 4 lead changes in this game already. So don't let that 5-run difference fool you, as that will be a walk to put the runners on the corners. And that'll bring up Caden Clefman, 2 for 3, a double-double, both to left, and a strikeout swinging.
Now batting number 11, Caden Clefman, first to visit to the mound.
All right, so we'll have a visit to the mound here for Brandon Valley. We'll take a 15-second break and be right back.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the 5th. And Caden Clefman, the batter, now taking off for second. He's out at second, and the run comes home to score. So that clears the bases, puts an out on the board, and puts another run on the board here. That makes it 11-5.
Come on, Cleffy.
And I believe the pitch came across as a ball, and that one is going towards the second baseman, and he makes the grab for out number 2. So pop out there for Clefman will bring up Will Carlson.
Now batting number 44, Will Carlson.
One 0 to Carlson, 2 for 3, a double to left, a strikeout, and another double to left. This one comes up high for a ball, 2-0. 1-1. And that's a well-hit ball into right field there, just sneaking by Jackson Hayes, and that's good for a single for Carlson. Puts a runner on, another hit on the board here. It's the 15th hit of the game here for Brainerd. And that brings up, let's see, Mason Arger is the scheduled batter here. We'll see if they make a change or not. His coach is coming out to talk to the official. Looks like they are going to make a change. Or is it just a courtesy runner? Number 23 is coming in for some reason, and he's coming in to courtesy run, so. And I don't have a number 23 on my roster here. It's Andrew Zuck. Oh, yes, I do have a 23 on my roster. I just didn't see it.
Now batting number 16, Mason Arger. Also courtesy running on first, number 23, Andrew Zuck.
Arger 1 for 1. He tripled to center field. It was a 2-run RBI. No, it wasn't. It was a 1-run triple to center field. It was Roberts who had the 2-run triple earlier to center field. Another throw up to second, and safe is the call. So Zuck steals second. I believe it's 2 balls and no strikes here to Arger. as Kelling steps up, glances at second, sets and delivers. Low for ball 3. Yep, it is indeed ball 3. So Walk would put 2 runners on here, leading 11-5. Once again, 8-run rule would go into effect if Brainerd can get to 13. It'd essentially be a walk-off. And they will indeed walk him up to first. So now 2 runners on, and the winning run, if that's what you want to call it, steps up to the plate here, Jack Schaefer.
Now batting number 6, Jack Schaefer.
Schaefer 1 for 2 with a single, infield single, and fly out to second. As the pitch comes in for a strike, 0-1 here to Schaefer. Once again, 1 for 2, single and a fly out. Andrew Zuck on second, Mason Arger on first. The runners on here for Brainerd. And once again, a 3-run homer here by Schaefer would end the game on a walk-off via the 8-run rule, which goes into effect in the 5th inning of play. But with the way this game has been going, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we play a full 7. Already at 2 hours and 14 minutes here in the bottom of the 5th, and 2 out. And that one will pop away. Runners will advance 90 feet. And that one hit, nice grab there by the third baseman, Hockenstead. He fires it over to first, and I think he barehanded that one, Hayes did. But even if he didn't, it still ends the inning. And it remains 11-5 as we move into the 6th inning of play here at the 2-hour, 14-minute mark of the ball game. And the ground out will bring up batters 2, 3, and 4. When we return here for Brandon Valley right after this here on Magnitude Sports.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back. 11-5, a 6-run lead here for Brainerd in the top of the 6th inning. And Will Carlson, the new pitcher, Jack Schaefer moving over to first base. To the best of my knowledge, that's the only defensive changes here for Brainerd.
Defensive changes for Brainerd. Moving over to first base, Jack Schaefer. Now pitching is number 44, Will Carlson. Now batting number 11, Aiden Spicer.
Pitch comes across as a strike. The Spicer is 1 for 1 with a walk, and a single. That single was an infield single towards second base. And the 0-1 popped up, fouled away, 0-2 unless he catches it. And he makes the catch. Nicely done there by Alex Hellman. Makes the catch right in front of the backstop there, and that's out number 1.
Nice catch there by the catcher, Alex Hellman. That brings up number 6, Joel Kolbeck. Correction. It brings up number 22, Austin Ryder.
All right, so Austin Ryder, the batter, 1 away here in the top half of the 6th inning. No runners on, and an 11-5 lead here for Brainerd. Moorhead Blues game finished up about maybe 45 minutes ago over at JW Stadium, and congratulations to the West Fargo Patriots for winning the championship, as Moorhead would fall to post 2 in that game, and there'd be a walk to Ryder. Ryder will reach first. Well, let's just say it that way, and that brings up Jackson Hayes as a scheduled batter, and that looks like who it is too.
Now batting number 20, Jackson Hayes.
Hayes takes the strike. So Carlson trying to keep Brainerd off the, or keep Brandon Valley off the scoreboard here in the top half of 6, as they still won't win via the 8-run rule just yet. So they only lead by 6 at the moment. And if Brandon Valley scores a run or 2 here in this inning, that'll pretty much guarantee a 7-inning game here. That one will come out for a ball. It's 1-1 now, the count here to Hayes. 2-1, excuse me. And Hayes will rip it right over to the third baseman, up to second, and now over to first. They pulled it off, a 5-4-3 double play. Outstanding. That ends the 6th inning of play. 5-4-3 double play ends the top half of the 6th. We move to the bottom of the 6th now. Jensen, Hellman, Sledham, batters 7, 8, 9 pending changes. And we return after this here on Magnitude. Be right back.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the 6th, Adam Jensen, the batter, as he takes the first pitch for a strike to start off the bottom of the 6th. As the top of the 6th, Brandon Valley goes down on a 5-4-3 double play. That's third, second to first, if you're not familiar with the numbers. And you don't see those too frequently. Usually you see a 4-6-3 or a 6-4-3, but you rarely see a 5-4-3. No balls and 2 strikes to Jensen, who's 0 for 3. Strikeout, fly out, ground out. Strikeout, actually. Sorry, I was a pitch behind here. And that brings up Alex Hellman. 2 for 3, fly out, single and a double. And this one's going to the same area that the single and the double went, only this one's going to go foul and drop for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Now batting number 21, Alex Hellman.
And I believe that one came in for a ball, and it's 1-1 now here to Hellman. Ooh, that one had to hurt a little bit as it came out foul off his left toes. Jumped up in the air pretty high there as he'll try and walk that one off. I've never done it personally, but I've heard that hurts quite a bit when you foul it off your toes, foot, ankle, shin guard, etc. So you'll get a little bit of time to walk it off. As I've been kicked in the shins in soccer, but never had. I played baseball in high school. I've never had anything like that happen to me. So, but I would imagine that's just as painful as getting kicked in the shins in a soccer game, which is why they have shin guards. But even with the shin guards, it hurts like crap. Hurt even worse without the shin guards. So, I guess that's a positive. So. And looks like Hellman might come off here, and we'll see how they record that. It was 1 ball, 2 strikes. And we'll see how coach and the umpire handle it here. Well, I've seen fouled away pitches off, the legs of other batters here, but I've never seen one actually taking a batter out, as it looks like John Benson will step up to bat. And to the best of my knowledge, unless I don't know the current rule, I think he'll take over with the 1 ball, 2 strike count. So John Benson will step into the number 8 spot here, as it was determined that Hellman was not able to complete his at-bat here, and he'll start off things with 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that'll come across as a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two hours and 27 minutes now, time of the game. Swing and a miss. Benson goes down. That's strike or out number 2. That brings up Nash Sledham.
Now batting number 1, Nash Sledham.
I missed the pitch. I believe it came across as a ball. No, it came across as a strike. 0-1. It's a good thing that I'm not running the scoreboard anymore. Of course, nobody expects a baseball game to go over 2.5 hours, and when the crew leaves to watch their home team play in a quote, quote, quote championship game. They come back expecting to just grab a key and lock things up, and they realize they still got about an hour of baseball to wait out here. One ball and 2 strikes to count. And now it's 2-2. "15 hits for Brainerd. The two teams have total combined have left 15 stranded on base. 8 for Brandon Valley and 7 for Brainerd as the strike comes in, and that ends the 6th inning of play. We got one more to go. We're almost done, we think. Brandon Valley needs to score 6 to force the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if they can do it. They certainly have the skill and the talent, but Brainerd's been playing brilliantly defensively here despite, and we'll see what happens here when we return with the potential final frame after this here on Magnitude.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, 11-5 here. It'll be Matt Brown, Nick Hockenstad, and Tyler Shelsky pending changes. It's batters 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup for Brandon Valley, and they need to get 6 here to force a bottom of the 7th. We're at 2 hours and 30 minutes, approaching 2 hours, 31 minutes time of the game here. Line score up to this point, 11 runs on 15 hits, no errors committed, 7 on base for Brainerd. And Brandon Valley, 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they left 8 on base, according to my numbers. And here's Matt Brown, 0 for 2, strikeout, walk, and a strikeout. And first pitch comes across as a strike.
Now batting number 1, Matt Brown.
And that pitch comes in for strike number 2. The 0-2 pitch, inside for a ball. Once again, Nick Hockenstad will be on deck. Tyler Shelsky to follow, the scheduled batters, pending changes. And the pitch to Brown up high, and the count is now level at 2-2. And now it's still full count at 3-2. So after 2 strikes, Carlson tosses 3 balls. He retired Brandon Valley on 10 pitches in the top of the 6th. And now he's at pitch number 6, and he hasn't even retired the first batter yet. So 16 pitches total, 10 in the first inning, or 10 in the top of the 6th, and 6 so far here in the top of the 7th. And he'll walk him. That'll bring up Nick Hockenstad.
Now batting number 3, Nick Hockenstad.
Pitch is good for ball 1 here. Hockenstad 0 for 2. Fly out to the second baseman, then he was hit by a pitch. Then he grounded out to the catcher on a 2-3. It was a unique kind of dribbler down the first base line that came off the lower barrel of his bat. And Hockenstad kind of stood at the plate thinking that it was going to be foul. Hellman would run up the first base line, grab it, toss it up to Schaefer at first to get the 2-3 ground out. So a ground out to the catcher. I think that's the first time I've ever seen something like that happen. And it's another walk. 2 runners on now. And time is called, and I think we might have a new catcher now that I think about it here. I'll see if I can grab the jersey number through the equipment. I cannot, as equipment is covering up the jersey number, so I'm not sure if we have a new catcher or not. I would presume that we would, but can't say that for certainty. So a visit to the mound here for Brainerd, as Brandon Valley has 2 runners on. First and second, Matt Brown on second, Nick Hockenstad on first. Both got there via walks. And now it's Tyler Shelsky.
Now batting number 32, Tyler Shelsky.
Shelsky represents the halfway point of what Brandon Valley needs to keep this game going into the bottom of the 7th. And with nobody out and 2 runners on, it's a good start here for Brandon Valley. The pitch comes in for a ball, 1-0. Shelsky 0 for 1, drop third strike, a sac fly to right, and a walk. Pitch comes in low, ball 2. And that one comes in for a strike. It's now 2-1. Dawson Skorcheski would be on deck. He's a scheduled batter. And Shelsky and Skorcheski, batters 7 and 8 in the lineup here for Brandon Valley. And the pitch comes in for a strike. So after 2 balls, Carlson follows it up with 2 strikes. And Carlson trying to record the first out here of this inning. And barring a triple play, we'll see Skorcheski next. And he got him looking. That's out number 1. So Skorcheski, who is 3 for 3 with 3 singles, will step up to the plate next.
That brings up number 4, Dawson Skorcheski.
So runners on first and second for Skorcheski as the pitch comes in for a ball. And once again, he is 3 for 3 with 3 singles. We'll see if he can record hit number 6 here for Brandon Valley in this contest. And that one comes in low for a ball 2. Three balls and no strikes. Another pitch like that will load the bases here for Logan Kelling, who's on deck. And it'll be a 4-pitch walk, and that will load the bases for Kelling.
Skorcheski draws the walk that loads the bases for number 5, Logan Kelling.
So I'll have a visit to the mound here, and I'll need to double check, but I believe Austin Ryder came in as a courtesy runner at first for Skorcheski. See if I can get the jersey number. No, it was actually Mike. Let's see if I can remember how this one's pronounced here. Chevalier. And we have a new pitcher on the mound here for Brainerd as well. So Carlson's done with 30 pitches, 20 balls, 10 strikes. And that will bring onto the mound here for Brainerd, Isaac Hansen. So we'll take a timeout here, and we'll return here with in a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, we return, still in the top of the 7th with 1 out and the bases loaded. And the new pitcher here is Isaac Hansen for Brainerd. Once again, bases loaded. Matt Brown on third, Nick Hockenstad on second, and Mike Chevalier on first. And the pitch to Kelling comes in for a ball, and it's 1-0, I believe, here to Kelling. It was 1 for 2. Walk, fly out, and a single. That one comes in for a strike. 1-1 the count. So Brandon Valley trying to battle here. They're down 6, and a swing of the bat could get them 4 of the 6 that they need. But there's no exception. They need all 6 or more here in this inning. Otherwise, the game comes to an end. 2 balls and a strike to Kelling. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kelling on a low strike right at the knees. And it's 2-2 now here, and it's a big pitch for Isaac Hansen. Brainerd would love to get that second out. Just missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It was a good lightning fast pitch, but just missed to the outside of the plate. And now the payoff. Got him looking, and that produces out number 2, and Brandon Valley down to their final out here. So that brings up Lake Tavere.
Now batting number 2, Lake Tavere.
And Tavere will foul it up for strike 1. He's 0 for 4. Grounded out to third, and then he struck out swinging. Then he would pop out to right center, and then he would reach on a fielder's choice. And he'll foul this one up for strike 2, and now Brandon Valley down to their final strike, and Isaac Hansen would love to deliver that one. This one grounded past the shortstop into shallow center. 1 run will score, and the bases will remain loaded on a RBI single to make it 11-6.
RBI single scores. Matt Brown brings up number 11, Aiden Spicer.
So I move Hockenstad to third, Chevalier up to second, and Tervier up to first. And this is Aiden Spicer, 1 for 2, walk, single, and a fly out. And now he faces, I believe, 1 ball, 1 strike, or no balls, 2 strikes, one of the two. Or maybe it is 0-1. That's a ball. So it's 1-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count, okay? Oh, that was close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Ryder is the scheduled batter on deck if Spicer can reach base. He'll pop it up towards shallow right, and it is going to be caught by the second baseman, Nash Sledham, and that ends the game. 2 hours and 44 minutes later, we have a final. Brainerd picks up the W over Brandon Valley, 11-6. Don't let that 5-run difference fool you. This was a really good game between 2 really good teams, and they will wave their hats at each other here, and Brainerd gets a well-deserved and hard-earned win here. We'll turn it over to our PA announcer here for the final line score.
Congratulations to Brainerd on the win. Your final line score, Brainerd 11 runs on 15 hits. They've committed no errors and left 7 on base. Brandon Valley, 6 runs on 6 hits. No errors, and they leave 11 on base. Time of the game, 2 hours, 43 minutes.
All right, so that wraps it up here. You're the final line score. 11 runs on 15 hits, 7 left on base for Brainerd. 6 runs on 6 hits, 11 left on base for Brandon Valley. Neither team committing an error. Time of the game, 2 hours and 43 minutes. And what a game it was. Runs scored in every inning except for the 6th. That was the only inning where both teams went scoreless here in this contest here. And it came down to pitching at the end that would secure the victory here for Brainerd. But if these 2 teams played 10 times, something tells me each team would win 5. It was a really good game here on Matson Field. And that'll wrap up our coverage of the 2021 FM Invite here on Championship Doubleheader Championship Sunday here on Magnitude Sports. As Coon Rapids takes a 12-2 win over Sioux Falls. And Brandon Valley falls in a hard-fought game here with Brainerd in the final score, 11-6. Once again, all the games of the tournament are available on demand on our website here. On this page here, this one is we'll have the final score updated momentarily here, but it's already available to watch on demand. You simply click watch on the game that you missed, and you can watch it again at your convenience 24/7. So if you have friends or family that weren't able to catch the game, you don't have to give away the final score. You can send them to the website and have them watch the game and find out how it turned out for themselves. Once again, find us online on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And our upcoming schedule, our next game will be Tuesday. We'll have tomorrow off, and we'll be back with a 9-inning game between the Post 400 Stars and the West Fargo Patriots, starting at 7 o'clock at Starling Bank Field in South Fargo, live here on Magnitude Sports. Thanks so much for watching. It was a fun one. It was a long one, but a fun one. Once again, 2 hours, 43 minutes, time of the game here, and we thank you so much for tuning in from Brandon Valley and from Brainerd. Have a great evening and enjoy the rest of the remainder of your weekend.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.